Right now, University police at Michigan State give an update on their investigation into Monday night's mass shooting on campus. Also, a special grand jury report offers a glimpse into the investigation of possible election interference in 2020 by former President Trump. This is News 3 Now at noon. Good afternoon, I'm Mark Kane. Thanks for joining us. Another winter storm moving through the southern part of the state, causing multiple snow emergencies to be declared. Dozens of school districts are also closed in the area today. Let's head right to the Weather Center. Meteorologist Greg Barnhart has a look at your first warn forecasts and the snow falling.
Again.
On a Thursday.
On a Thursday. So it's a pattern too. But we still got the alert day out really for mainly south of the Dells to 1 to 7 inches. Even US 51 south of that area is where the heaviest is. So some of the areas to the north really aren't seeing much other than some light snow or flurries. But really it's mainly to the south areas. Here's a view of Platteville right now. They're kind of in the area where they are receiving accumulating snow. Not as heavy as what Janesville will get, but still they're going to see it. Overall radar shows that band of snow, mainly light, and there's some bands of moderate, even heavy, but that's very few and far between. Otherwise, just generally light snow, and then you may pick up an intensity to moderate occasionally too. That's what we're seeing as we zoom in. Those are the wind speeds behind the gusts. So we do have the gusty winds, which is blowing and drifting some of the snow around because it is light and fluffier compared to what we had last week at this time. So snowfall amounts in the last 3 hours, 2, maybe 3, some areas to the south. Like I said, it's going to be hit and miss just where these bands set up, but generally south of State Route 60 to the Wisconsin River, east of that area is generally where the accumulating snow is. Further northwest of that area, light flurries and that. Visibility overall, you can see some areas down to 3/4 up to a half, but then you get a break and then you pop back up to 5 to 6 miles like Monroe too. But overall, generally that's light. You need moderate snow probably when you get down to a half mile or less. It could be moderate than heavy. So overall, just generally light snow. There's your northeast winds. They'll play a factor for for Milwaukee getting that lake effect later on. But overall, it's blowing the drifting. Current temps mid-20s. We zoom in, pretty much that standard temperature right now. We are below freezing, but it is warm enough that it is helping some of the roads stay kind of wet with just light snow. There's a system that we're tracking that is beginning to lift to the northeast. It'll begin to weaken here this afternoon. The thing is, you look out west, there's nothing coming right now. So it looks good with high pressure out west. So that's a sign of things to come for the weekend as we get closer to it there. So overall, coming up, we'll actually see more timing of the snow. Oops, we jumped ahead for that alert day. But anyway, we'll see more time out, when we'll see the snow, when it'll end, and how much we'll end up having a bit later in the broadcast.
All right, Greg, thank you. Here's a look at the current road conditions. According to the DOT's 511 map, most of the roads south of the Dells are considered slippery. Stay up to date on the weather on our First Warn Forecast weather app. It has hourly forecast, road conditions, and the latest radar. You can download it for free in your phone's app store. Just search WISC Weather. As early voting for the spring primary continues, some polling locations are closed today because of the weather. Wisconsin Youth Company on McKenna Boulevard in Madison is closed, and the Mung Institute on Femrite Drive will close at 1 o'clock this afternoon. You'll find a full list of early voting locations and more on what to bring with you on our website, channel3000.com. And this election will determine who will move forward onto the April ballot. Tonight, we'll have a chance to hear from some state Supreme Court candidates in a special report detailing this critical race. Tune into our election special tonight at 6:30, right after News 3 Now at 6. A man and his dog are dead after getting hit by a vehicle in Madison. Police are now looking for a suspect. The man and dog were found on the roadway on Schrader Road and Struck Street shortly after 9:30 last night. Madison police officials were not immediately able to provide a description of the driver or of the vehicle involved. Anyone with information about the driver should call Madison police using the number on your screen. We're learning new details in the investigation into alleged harassment within the Middleton High School football program. A 22-page report obtained by News 3 Now details the allegations and coaching staff's response. The investigation began on January 11th after the school's resource officer learned of a possible sexual assault in the men's locker room showers. The victim, who was on the football team, told the officer that 2 other players approached him in the shower and began touching themselves inappropriately. Another student told investigators that he witnessed multiple incidents of team members inappropriately touching and urinating on one another in the locker room. He also stated that team members would send inappropriate photos of one another in a team Snapchat group chat. The victim said he brought his concerns to head coach Jason Pertzborn, who told him that he would talk to the students involved and encourage him to stay on the team. Perchborn resigned his coaching position on January 27th, citing personal reasons. As of now, no criminal charges have been filed, but the district says their investigation is still ongoing. We are learning more now this afternoon about the mass shooting at Michigan State University on Monday. 3 students were killed and 5 others remain in critical condition. Investigators say the shooter, 43-year-old Anthony McCrae, had 2 handguns on him when he was found. Both guns were bought legally but were not registered. Meanwhile, classes are set to resume next week, but many say they're terrified to return in person.
Each member of our campus will have different needs, and our focus is on providing as much flexibility as possible.
A student-led petition to hold classes online has gathered more than 10,000 signatures, although anyone is able to sign it. There are new details on that toxic train derailment in eastern Ohio. CBS News has learned employees at Norfolk Southern say that they expressed concerns about the train that crashed, suggesting it could be too long and too heavy. They also said the train suffered at least one breakdown on its route before it derailed in East Palestine. Despite the numerous toxic chemicals released, Governor Mike DeWine now says tests on 5 steel-encased town wells show it's safe to drink the water. And health officials say the air quality is back to pre-accident levels. But Melissa Blank says 2 days after the derailment, doctors diagnosed her with acute bronchitis from chemical fumes.
They quarantined me. They gave me a breathing treatment. They had to put me on oxygen. They were going to wash my clothes because they didn't know what was on me.
One of the chemicals on the train, vinyl chloride, is classified as a carcinogen, and there were other chemicals as well. After a 7-month investigation, the nation is finally seeing the intro and conclusions of a report on former President Trump and his allies' effort to overturn the results of the 2020 election. The investigation was first sparked by an hour-long phone call in January of 2021. During the conversation, Trump asked Georgia's Secretary of State, Republican Brad Raffensperger, to find the votes he needed to win Georgia. Fulton County District Attorney Fannie Willis is still considering whether she'll seek indictments. Former President Trump has denied any wrongdoing. The FBI has reportedly searched the University of Delaware in connection with the investigation into President Biden's handling of classified documents. That's according to a source familiar with the investigation. Investigators took materials from 2 university locations on 2 different days. According to the source, the materials did not appear to have classified markings, but are now being reviewed by the FBI. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Narcan could soon be made available over the counter, and Chipotle is launching a new spin-off restaurant. Details coming up in the Money Watch report.
You're watching News 3 Now at noon.
Let the design team at Wanakee Furniture ETC help you find your inspiration and transform your room. Every style, every budget, our creativity, passion, and expertise will help you design your dream space.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
Low E has hurt my ability to perform.
He hasn't been able to make the bed in years.
Now there's hope. Now through February 16th, join Planet Fitness for $1 down, $10 a month, cancel anytime, and turn your low energy into big fitness energy in 2023 in a clean and spacious, judgment-free zone with tons of equipment to get you energized.
Low E, not for me.
Simply join through the free PF app for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Thursday, February 16th.
Wondering about remodeling? Fry Construction's interior design team is ready. Whether a refreshing facelift or a major renewal, your project deserves only the very best. And that's exactly what you get with Fry Interiors. We brought remodeling dreams to life for the folks who voted us Best of Madison's Best Kitchen and Bath Design. Ready to join them? Ready to get more comfortable? Ready for the best? From design through construction and after, we're with you every step of the way. Your next remodel starts at fryconstruction.com.
Habitat for Humanity of Dane County continues to help hardworking families attain home ownership. Habitat's financial coaching prepares families to buy and mortgage their own home, creating a brighter economic future for themselves and the community. Please donate or volunteer today.
This year, say yes.
I couldn't be more thrilled with my results. I'm over the moon happy. Look at that waist.
Yes to confidence.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
Yes to a new shape.
These are my results. I am so happy.
Yes to a new you.
I'm Dr. Elena Vega. Imagine you could remove this much fat from multiple areas all at one time.
Sono Bello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good.
I have the flattest tummy that I've had in 25 years.
I'm able to wear things that I never thought I would wear again.
I can wear a little black dress. I feel sexy.
Find out how you can get $250 off with our New Year exclusive offer. Call 1-800-993-0752 or go to sonobello.com.
Rest comfortably with brands you can trust at Wanakee Furniture ETC. Create a unique and stylish room with made-in-the-USA products from companies like Smith Brothers of Bern. Select from a wide variety of sofas at a great price.
Bring quality home at Wanakee Furniture ETC.
The Biden administration is praising commitments from several companies to expand the nation's public EV charging network. Tesla promised to open up at least 7,500 of its chargers nationwide, including 3,500 superchargers to other electric vehicles by the end of 2024. President Biden acknowledged Tesla chief executive Elon Musk in a tweet, saying the plan is a big deal that will make a big difference. The Biden administration aims to build a network of 500,000 EV chargers across the country by 2030. U.S. health advisors are now recommending that the overdose reversing drug known as Narcan be made available over the counter. They say it would help combat the nation's opioid crisis. A panel of FDA experts voted unanimously in favor after discussions about whether untrained users could use the nasal spray safely in an emergency. The regulator is expected to issue its final decision in the coming weeks. And Chipotle is launching a spin-off concept farm-to-table restaurant, Farmesa, in Santa Monica, California. The location will not have a dining room, but customers can order customizable, healthier bowls containing fresh vegetables, grains, and protein on-site for takeout or online for delivery. Farmesa will officially open in March, and if it's successful, Chipotle could expand it to more locations. That's your CBS News Money Watch report. For more, log on to cbsmoneywatch.com. At the CBS Broadcast Center, I'm Chanel Call.
Check Wall Street at the noon hour. The Dow Industrial is down 108 points. The NASDAQ off 35. The S&P 500 down 17. Next at noon, Pam has today's egg prices, and Greg shares our latest first warn weather. Then today on Live at 4, we take you to a new local business that's celebrating all things dairy, how it's bringing the history of dairy farming into the present day. That's coming up today at 4.
I'm voting for Judge Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court. She believes in our freedom to make our own decisions when it comes to abortion.
Extremists want to ban abortion,
even in cases of rape and the health of the mother.
Judge Janet Protasewicz is the change Wisconsin needs.
Need to know what the traffic is like before you hit the road? Get the Channel 3000 app now, and I'll tell you where the trouble spots are and how to get around them.
The Channel 3000 app. Get it now. Powered by News 3 Now.
We depend on judges to keep our families safe. But Jennifer Doro has a long history of keeping criminals, even sexual predators, out of prison. As a judge, Doro lets criminals off easy so often, a fellow judge questioned her soft treatment of convicted criminals. She even gave a convicted domestic abuser 2 days to report to prison, time he used to violently assault his own family members. Jennifer Doro lets criminals off the hook, and that has no place on our Supreme Court.
All right, team, we got a big project coming up. And it all starts with ordering promotional products.
I'm on it.
4imprint makes it easy to get the logoed products you're looking for. The latest in apparel, drinkware, bags, high-tech items, and more. You can be certain of getting it right at 4imprint.com.
Come on out. I'm on it.
4imprint, for certain.
Patio doors, patio doors. Scott the window guy can do patio doors. Scott the window guy can do patio doors.
We do patio doors at scottthewindowguy.com.
A former prosecutor, now circuit court judge, Janet Protasewicz.
On the Supreme Court, she'll be a common-sense judge. She believes in abortion rights, fairness for all, and protecting public safety. Janet Protasewicz for Supreme Court.
Are you ready for the hilariousness that is Jackie Harry?
I'm trying to check my ego for 2023. Good luck with that.
Plus, Batwoman, Javicia Leslie. That's powerful.
On the next Jennifer Hudson Show at 3.
Spring's not far off, so now's a good time to start planning out that next home or landscaping project.
Tomorrow we preview an event where you can find inspiration and expert advice.
And after the snow ends today, we do have a warming trend into the weekend. Join us tomorrow between 4:30 and 7.
The Farm Report is sponsored by Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
And let's check in with Pam Yankee from the Midwest Farm Report is how you say that.
There we go.
Listen,
yep.
There's Pam. Snowy Thursday again.
Try to shorten that up for you next time. Yeah.
Here's the farm babe.
There you go. That's fine too. You're right. Now the snow is showing up. This morning I had my doubts on just exactly what we were going to see, but we'll wait and watch how this all unfolds. You know, Wisconsin Agriculture was watching the governor's budget unfold last night, just like everybody was. A lot of question on just exactly where all the surplus money is going to be spent. The Wisconsin Ag Coalition, which is basically a group of all of our commodity groups, our farm associations, everybody that represents Wisconsin agriculture, was pleased with what they saw. They saw more funding for agriculture producer-led groups like Watershed. They also saw more funding for the Wisconsin Commodity Food Bank Purchasing Program, dairy processor grants getting more financial support, and other things like our agricultural exports, which have really kind of turned the corner, so to speak, another area that they're seeing continued financial support. Now, everybody knows this is just kind of the starting point on the whole process, but our Wisconsin Ag Coalition has tried to get ahead of the conversation as opposed to issuing press releases after things are announced. They're trying to be proactive in making sure that our state policymakers at the Capitol know what direction they would like to see some of the policy and some of that funding going. Another story I just want my dairy audience to be aware of. I chatted this morning with Ryan Yonkman, who's vice president of Everag. We're keeping a close eye on dairy slaughter numbers. In the Pacific Northwest, the West, we have seen a substantial increase in the number of dairy heifers and dairy cows that are going to slaughter. Wisconsin and the Midwest have seen those numbers go down. It's a trend that we are expecting to see continue as feed prices continue to escalate for our dairy farmers. Today in Chicago, not much escalation on dairy product prices. Barrel cheese up a penny at $1.54 3/4. 40-pound block cheese stood still at $1.88. Double A butter unchanged, $2.42 a pound. I'll have to tune in at 4 this afternoon and find out exactly what's going on with that dairy company that's trying to bring people fast forward. That's kind of a good news story. Hopefully people will be engaged in.
It's in Paoli. They're redoing that.
The cheese, the cheese and butter on the path.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, we've talked to those folks. Good story.
All right, tune in at 4.
All right.
Thanks
see
for the
you later,
plug,
buddy.
Pam.
Yep.
All right, how long is the snow going to last? Greg is back with the radar. How much longer is it going to snow?
Well, you know, it's going to end today, and then we'll probably see more next week, right? And Thursday, the way this week's been and this pattern's been going on right now. But a lot of this advisories and winter storm warnings are all valid to about 6 p.m. Really is that what we're expecting. A little bit later as you go further east towards Milwaukee till 9 p.m., they might get some lake enhancement of the snow. But overall, if we break this down, really it's US 151 is a pretty good breakup of where we're getting it and where we're not really getting a lot of it. So north of it, light snow or flurries, maybe some slippery stretches of wet roads. That should be ending probably 4 to 7. Don't see a lot of moderate heavy snow up that way, light accumulations. If we go down south, it's a little bit different story, especially go closer to the Illinois-Wisconsin border. Light snow, there's periods of moderate or heavy. I've seen one period of heavy. Janesville had that earlier. Then we've had some moderate snow. Slushy main roads, maybe snow-covered side roads. That'll be the big problem too. And ending maybe 7 to 9 p.m. a little bit later as you go further east. But worst conditions, once again, I'll show you pretty much closer to the Illinois state line. This system beginning to pull north, kind of two pieces. It really never fully developed. They've actually had some severe weather issues going on to the south. High pressure to the west, that's going to be building in, and then we have huge high pressure over the center, western part of the U.S. You can see the storm track starting to go further north and diving south is what we're going to kind of see this weekend, although we're not going to see any type of cold air with this pattern yet. We'll see some changes come next week. You track this snow, as you see, it'll taper off this evening. Cloud cover should actually scatter out later tonight, probably after midnight for areas, and the winds will also decrease. We got a little bit of a cold front to the north. That's going to be tracking closer to us, but it will not really impact much. And then tomorrow, you see the winds start to turn around from the south. We'll see that actually increase as this cold front gets a little bit closer Friday night into Saturday, and that'll actually get us warmer probably starting Saturday. Some cloud cover Saturday, but that really won't do much. It'll kind of fade away, and then we start picking up more southerly winds as we go into Sunday. So once again, a nice stretch of mild conditions, so to speak, for the weekend. Tracking the snow, you can see from the western edge this afternoon to begin to taper off. Basically after 4 p.m., areas to the west will see that. Winds will start decreasing too overall. By 10 p.m., most of the area of the snow should be done. Winds will start dying down. Then, like I said, after midnight, we'll see clear skies. And with fresh snow cover, we'll probably see temperatures fall pretty quickly overnight to the teens, maybe even single digits in certain areas with that north wind decreasing. And then tomorrow, once again, we'll start to see improvements. Plenty of sun, still cold. Like I said, we're only going to see temperatures get up to the mid-20s, maybe a little colder where you have more snow too, low to mid-20s, but otherwise the winds will start turning around. Snow amounts 1 to 2 as you go further north, even less as you go even towards the Dells. As you get further south, 4 to 7. And like I said, I think if you get closer to the Lake Michigan with that northeast wind, you could get some lake effect enhancement of the snow. But overall, that's kind of what we're seeing right now. A lighter, fluffier snow, not that heavy, wet stuff that we saw last week. So it's a little bit different texture on that. Overall, 40s Saturday and Sunday, fairly mild. Average temperature is about 32 right now. Then we'll start seeing it more unsettled next week with more snow opportunities. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday don't look significant. We're going to have to keep an eye once again, I don't hate to say it, but Wednesday night into Thursday for more accumulating snow depending on the storm track.
Unbelievable.
I know. I don't want to say it, but I got to say it.
Got to say it. All right, Greg, just be careful. You head on the road. It's kind of slippery. Thank you. There's more to come on News 3 Now at noon. Up next, we'll see what Howard's working on in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen.
If your gang is getting tired of the same old dinner time routine, join us in the Test Kitchen today as we reintroduce you to an old favorite with a twist.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
All you have to do is point.
Yes!
1-800-GOT-JUNK can make it disappear.
And that's why they all start dancing.
Break up with your junk. Save $41 with the code BREAKUP41.
Are you a T-Mobile customer in Wisconsin? Recently, T-Mobile disclosed that 37 million customer accounts were hacked, putting your personal information at risk. Don't let identity theft ruin your credit score and cost you thousands of dollars. Call Lawton & Cates for a free consultation and learn your rights.
Don't delay. The Brothers Maine President's Day sale is happening now. Shop local and save with tremendous deals on Whirlpool, KitchenAid, Maytag, and Amana appliances. We have the area's largest selection and the lowest prices guaranteed. Feel like family. Brothers Maine.
Race to savings on your next home upgrade with quality, energy-efficient appliances at Menards. We offer the lowest prices with the largest in-stock appliance selection. Save big on Whirlpool appliances. Update your bathroom with Moen. Moen products are built to last. This mica matte black bathroom faucet is easy to install. No tools are needed. On sale for $84.99 after rebate. That's right. For a limited time, get a $15 rebate on all Moen faucets at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Madison liberals are trying to take over the Wisconsin Supreme Court. That's why we need to elect conservative Justice Dan Kelly. Dan Kelly has a proven record of protecting our freedoms and cast the deciding vote to end the COVID lockdowns of our schools and businesses. Sheriffs across Wisconsin have endorsed Dan Kelly because he has a record of enforcing the law. On February 21st, vote conservative Justice Dan Kelly for Wisconsin Supreme Court. Fair Courts America paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Do you want to create your dream home? Then you should attend the Madison Build, Remodel, and Landscape Show, where admission is free this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only at the Monona Terrace Convention Center. Make contacts, hire contractors, explore the best in kitchens, baths, and custom remodeling, windows, doors, and room additions. Whatever improvements your home needs, you'll find solutions at the Build, Remodel, and Landscape Show. Free admission this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday only at the Monona Terrace Convention Center.
All you have to do is point.
Yes!
1-800-GOT-JUNK can make it disappear.
And that's why they all start dancing.
Break up with your junk. Save $41 with the code BREAKUP41.
When it comes to making dinner, one of the biggest challenges many of us face is, what can I make that's different? Let me help you by introducing you to a recipe that's easy, budget-friendly, and comforting. It's country fried steak, and it goes together like this. We start off by seasoning some cube steak with salt and pepper. And then, for a twist, we dip them in some buttermilk. You see, the buttermilk adds a tang to the breading and helps tenderize the meat. We coat both sides really well with some yellow cornmeal, which will ensure lots of crunch in every bite. After pan frying them, when the coating is golden and they're cooked all the way through, we place them on a wire rack. Then, in the same pan, we add some seasoned flour to the drippings, whisk in some milk, and when this thickens, our gravy is done. Serve this up with some mashed potatoes and a veggie, and say goodbye to your boring dinner time routine. Let me assure you, this is gonna be a new family favorite. To get your hands on our country bumpkin fried steak recipe, all you have to do is visit our website. I'm Howard in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen, where today we found a fast and budget-friendly way for you to say, ooh, it's so good.
It's time now to introduce you to our pet of the week. Meet Eddie. He's a 10-month-old pup who was transferred here from an overcrowded shelter in Alabama. Eddie is energetic, loves playing fetch. He knows how to sit and is keen on learning other tricks, especially for treats. Who isn't? Eddie also enjoys puzzle toys and running in the snow. He's looking for a new family who will take him on fun adventures. Next week, the Dane County Humane Society is partnering with Glass Nickel for their annual Pizza for Pets fundraiser. Next Wednesday, 10% of sales from any Glass Nickel in the Madison area will go toward the Humane Society to help animals in our community. For more information, go to giveshelter.org. Last week's pet, Captain Coulter, the rabbit, and Chef the dog, featured the week before, are still available for adoption. So if you're interested in adopting Eddie or checking out all the other animals at the Dane County Humane Society, go to giveshelter.org. And here's Greg with one final look at the weather.
Yeah, we still got this snow occurring too. If you look at radar right now, overall, we have bands of light snow and some pockets of moderate snow in there, even some periods of just flurries too. So that's what we're going to kind of see throughout the afternoon. You see those wind gusts in the 20s too, that north-northeast wind. Future track the next 6 hours shows that western edge beginning to approach like Lone Rock and even Platteville by the time we get to 6 or 7 p.m. Otherwise, that'll be another 3 or 4 hours before it gets through Madison. Once again, just light off and on snow, some moderate winds blowing and drifting some of that snow around for Madison area, much pockets of heavier further south. Overall, the skies clear out tonight. We should see temperatures get down in the teens, maybe even colder for certain areas of snow cover. And the 3 things, like I said, to know: windy this evening, that should die down. Tomorrow, more sun, but still colder than average. We're looking at mid-20s for temperatures for highs. 40s this weekend. And then we'll start seeing the pattern become cold and unsettled for President's Day. Looks good. Once again, I hate to say it, but Wednesday night into Thursday, there's potential another storm that could be coming through. We've had some conflicting things to look at that could turn rain or snow or even ice right now, but leaning towards snow. Something to keep an eye as we get closer to the event, but everything should improve for this weekend.
And next Tuesday is Election Day.
That's correct. And right now I don't see, there could be a flurry, snow, but nothing significant. There's no significant system here going for the first part of the week. It's that Wednesday night and Thursday that'll keep a watch on.
Okay, Greg, thank you. And remember, tonight you'll have a chance to hear from the state Supreme Court candidates in a special report detailing the critical spring election. Tune into our election special tonight at 6:30, right after News 3 Now at 6. And we're learning that President Biden will be speaking today at 1 o'clock on the government's efforts to track and monitor potential balloons. We'll see you back here at 4 o'clock. In the meantime, be safe out there. Have a great afternoon.